Hey there, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Co-working with Sam. Today, I am going to be working on social media images for February. So I wanted to show you a trick here in Canva using the Bulk Create app to pull in all of your different sayings, or in my case, I'm using scripture, whatever things that you're wanting to make a lot of. Instead of just copying, pasting, we're going to pull it over from a spreadsheet. So first you'll want to have saved your list of whatever it is. You'll want to have saved it in CVS form. So let me pull that up. If you're using Google Sheets, you can just download it as a CVS. I did mine here. So basically it just looks like a spreadsheet, but it's specifically going to be that CVS format. And so that's just, this one here is what mine is. So that's the first step. Gather together whatever info you want to have, put it into a spreadsheet, and then download it or save it as a CVS format. Let me just pull over the document on Google because I did do it via Google Sheets. Computer's gonna go crazy here. Okay. So just so you can see what I mean. So this is my ongoing Google spreadsheet. And so I have this new tab here. I did it with all of my scripture for each day. And then when I go to download it, I'm going to go to File and then Download. And when you do download, you see all these different options. So for this, you want to specifically do CSV. That's all. And then it'll download as a CSV for you. But I did that already, so don't need to download that. Then what you're going to do is you are going to go into your Canva account, and we're going to create a blank document of whatever size you're wanting to make this. I am going to just go create new design. And I typically use this Instagram square, or there's also a Facebook square. Just a square, though, basically is usually what I use. And then because I have made these in the past, what I'm actually going to do is bring over the design that I made before so I can have the exact same font. If you wanted to change it up, you could totally just start from scratch with this first one. But I want to keep that font and that layout very similar. So once this loads, just like in a different video that I did, I'm going to show you the same thing here. We're just going to pull over the design, but this will be a whole new document, so I will not be affecting the original design. I'm just getting basically like the template of it. So I'm going to do that, and let's scoot this over a bit. So there we go. I'm going to do that here in projects. And this design that I am looking for is held in a folder. And it is in my monthly scripture writing plans. Now, if you remember the name, if you remember the name, you could just type it in and it'll go to it. Oops, not December. I changed it. I like the January layout. All right, so then you click on it. Oh my goodness gracious. Slow. And then you just pick one. In this case, all of them are basically the same. I just have a different background. So I'm just going to click this first one just because it's easier. And then I can zoom out of that. All right, so now I have the exact same format. I'm going to change this to February because I am making this for February. And I was going to call this one Eternal Love. All right, everything, the rest of the format here is the same. Actually, I think maybe this time I want to make this smaller and this one bigger. Let's try that and see. Well, maybe that's too small. So you can just play around with your design, of course, and, you know, take a look and see whatever looks best. Oops, whatever is your preference. But more importantly, we're wanting to mass create these designs. So one thing that I noticed when I was playing around with it, it totally could have just been a glitch, but I usually have these two elements grouped together, but it seemed like the bulk create option was having a bit of trouble with that. So before I do the bulk create option, I am going to ungroup these, just so that these two elements are separate and it doesn't confuse the application. So to get to the application here, we are going to go back to the side, and on mine you have to scroll down, but yours is going to be, it's somewhere on the side here, and you're going to go to apps. And then if you've used it before, it should pop up, like right here is one that I've used. But if you don't see it, if you just type in bulk, it'll pop up right here, bulk create. So you just click that. And then we are going to upload CSV. And then we're going to find wherever it is saved on our computer. It loads, there we go. So this is the one that I'm going to use, and press open. And you basically just follow these steps here. So in my case, I do have two separate fields. In some case, if you're just doing like just a quote, maybe you only have one, or like tips or something, maybe you only have one field. I do have two separate fields because I have where the scripture is and what the scripture is. So you're going to click on your thing, on your screen over here. You're going to pick the element that you want to tie to which field. So in this case, this one here, we're going to right click and then connect data, and then you pick which one. So this one is going to be what the scripture, where the scripture's at. And then this one, we're doing the same thing, connect data, and then the actual scripture here. So then it has a little check mark boxes showing that you did connect it. I could have not connected this one and just done this one, or vice versa, or whatever. Now before I do make all of them, I'm going to take these little things off, because I think it will make it so that I don't have to go back into each one and do it again. And then I'm going to hit continue. Now here I have the option to select or deselect anything that I want to, but I want to have all of them. So I'm just going to click generate. Now it does say 27 pages. I think it had to do with the way that my CVS was formatted, possibly. But basically, it's going to create all 27, except for the very first one, because I had 28 for 28 days of February. So I will just have to recreate that very first day. But that's not a big deal. It's still a lot faster than going through and copying, pasting each one, which is what I did before. So then you're going to, your Canva account is going to basically create a new one, and it's going to say bulk. So it's not going to be in the same, this was our first one that we pulled up at the beginning of the video. This is the one we started. But then when you hit generate, it like duplicates it essentially, makes a whole new one. But now it pulled over all of the info from that CSV and put it into here. But like I said, it's only 27. And when I looked at it before, it's the very first one that I have missing. But essentially, now all I have to do is go in, maybe adjust where the wording is a little bit, make it a little more centered on some of them, and change my background. If you want to have the exact same background to make your social media stuff match better, then you totally can. It's kind of just up to you. But this is a great way to make those social media images really fast. You can make affirmation cards really fast. If you run a business helping other businesses and you want to just create tips that you share on your Instagram or your Facebook page, every other day, every day, once a week. You can just mass create them, type those tips out into a spreadsheet, download it as a CSV, upload it here into Canva, and then just mass create these images so that you can kind of get ahead and schedule out your social media. So I just wanted to show you guys that because it was shown to me recently and I think it is super exciting. So I am going to just fix this here really fast because again, it didn't pull forward my first one. So I'm going to duplicate. I duplicated that page, and on the very first one here, what I'm going to do now is that same trick to pull over the other design. There we go. Since I already did the design in here, I don't even need to recreate it. I just pulled it over here, and now I have all 28 days. So now all I have to do is go in, pick my different backgrounds, and then download them and then schedule them out. So I will end the video here at that, and then the next video, I will go ahead and do a co-working specifically with scheduling out my post. I do schedule them both for both Facebook and Instagram. So I'll do that for my next video. So hopefully that you found this tip really helpful and you try out that bulk create feature, because let me tell you, this definitely has saved a lot of time. My video right now says 12 minutes. In the past 2 months before I knew about this feature, I was just copying and pasting. And yes, February has less days, but still 31 days worth of things could have been made in 5 minutes or 10 minutes instead of half an hour or an hour. So this is a wonderful feature. Hopefully you utilize it, and let me know in the comments below what you want to use it for first. And I will see you guys on the next Co-working with Sam. Thanks.